Hello, hello, hello. Testing, check 1 2, check 1 2. All right. Welcome to the stream. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're taking a look at SHIBA right now. We're looking at the DXY too. It's looking pretty crazy. We are seeing that pump. So we're seeing a lot of people. We're seeing a lot of, hello, what's up? Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? All right. Yep. So right now I'm just taking hello. Nice to see you guys come in. Yeah, so we're just taking a look at any altcoins. So if you have any requests you want to make, drop them in the comments down below and I'll take a look at it right now. But we're just taking a look at the DXY, so the dollar index. And this is a good thing to look at because when this starts moving up, we see Bitcoin moving down, and so when this moves down, we see Bitcoin moving up. The inverse correlation. Right now we're seeing the DXY moving up, so Bitcoin is taking a little bit of a tumble right now. Hello everybody, good to see everybody. Make sure to hit that like button if you're just joining in right now and you're commenting. I really do appreciate it. But we do see Bitcoin Bitcoin is just still trailing down here. It's been finding support here in this lower area. We'll just have to see if we are going to be confirming this breakout. So we did have a retest and now we're coming back further, so we might just trade into these lower regions very soon. Yeah, we'll look at crypto.com right now. I don't know if you guys saw the fight, but crypto.com has signed a major deal with the UFC, and they had all the logos on Dustin Poirier's shirt, on the mat. It was tight. It was cool. It was good to see that because I'm invested in Crow, so it was good to see that we have crypto.com here making investments, right? Making investments in the UFC, trying to promote their brand. So that's awesome. I'm trying to look for Crow. Okay, Crow right here. Yeah, so Crow's looking good. It looks like we actually could have an inverse head and shoulder. So I don't know since I warned that I last covered this, but we did have this W pattern, played out perfectly, hit my price target perfectly. We had a rejection, came back down here. We found this blue box now as support, so that's awesome to see. We have this as support, and it also could be. We also can see that this could be an inverse head and shoulders here too. Let's look on the daily, probably see it better on the daily. But we are saying a low, a lower low, and then a higher low right here. So right now we're retesting this. So let's see where the price target could be for this inverse head and shoulders. From the neckline would be around here, around below 15 cents. So that's pretty cool. We could potentially see that right now. But let's also take a look at the we are seeing that we are actually moving up. This is the daily chart, so this is more of a longer time frame, but we are actually making the orange we're making the orange moving average here as support. So that's really good to see here. We did make the yellow line as support, right? The 21-day moving average, we made it as support, and now we're making the orange moving average as support as well. We are going to be finding a lot of resistance here because we are below these two yellow lines. Oh, you can't really see that on my thing. Let me zoom out a little bit more. Oh, you actually can. Okay, so these two yellow lines are going to be the golden pocket, and if we zoom out, let's just zoom out a little bit. Oh, what happened? What happened? All right, well, we lost the chart. I don't know what's going on here. Let me just refresh it. Thank you everybody for joining in. If you're just joining in right now, I'm just taking a look at any altcoins. So if you have any recommendations, right now we're taking a look at crypto.com. But if you have any recommendations, put them in the comments down below and let me know which one you want me to take a look at next. Let me just take the sell and buy signals because it's too much noise right now. And let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. But what we do see is we are just trading within a higher range. We're just making levels. We're coming up. We're trading within this level, and now we're trading within this level. So I do see us potentially being here and trading here for the next couple days to weeks, depending on Bitcoin's price. But this could also be a double top here too. So we come back down here and retest slower area, and then move on up to retest this 13-cent level. But the reason why this 13-cent level is very important, like I said before, is because this is our golden pocket. These two yellow lines between 14 cents and 13 cents have been a lot of resistance here. If we zoom out, right, just look over here. Strike this down a little bit. But if we just take a look at this area, I'm just going to take away all the drawings, right? So this whole area right here has been huge support this whole time, and now we're just retesting that area again. So I'm going to see us trading within this range until we get a clear breakout, and that's when I would start putting in a trade if I were to trade this. Right now I'm just holding long term for crypto.com, but this area right here is going to be huge resistance. But right now we are seeing that we are creating some sort of inverse head and shoulders, but we did break this downward resistance, and now we're trading above it. So we are going to be trading within this range until we get the momentum and the volume, the buying volume to come up here and then retest these higher areas. Because right here we have our golden pocket, these two yellow lines, right? And I got that from my swing low here all the way to my swing high here when we had the all-time high. And this area has been huge support for the longest time, from February all the way here to May. So that's why we are taking a while here to get above this. But once we get above this, I see us hitting 15 cents, 16 cents, and ultimately higher resistance here at 19 cents. Baby XR. All right, so anything with the word baby in it, I am not going to take seriously, just because we've seen with the SHIBA token, we've seen baby SHIBA, baby Doge, baby Shark, baby XRP. All these babies are just trying to get the momentum of using that baby name in order to make quick gains. I mean, if I'll take a look at it real quick, but like I said, if it is below that $100 ranking, I mean that 100 number ranking on CoinMarketCap, I am not going to take it very seriously. And remember, the rankings go in order of market cap, so the amount of money put into the coin or the token is the market cap. And I only invest in tokens and coins that are above the $100. Obviously, Bitcoin is number one ranking because it has the highest market cap at over half $1 trillion. But as you go lower, we get smaller and smaller market caps here in the billions and the millions. But yeah, so after 100, it starts getting more risky. Right here, after this, right here, we have a $50 million market cap, or actually no, $500 million market cap. And like I said, if I start actually buying any of these tokens past 100, I'm only going to be trading it for short term. I'm not going to be investing in it and holding long term. But let's say, like, we have all these tokens, like baby swap, baby token, baby Dogecoin, baby XRP. They all are going to be working the same way. They're just looking at, and if I bring up all their charts next to each other, they're all going to be looking the same exact way too. July 13th, so just today, we're having crazy volatile. Look, it hasn't moved today. The volume is just really bad because it's less than 1 million. That means only $1 million worth of buying and selling has occurred today, and that's super low. I mean, if we see at lower market caps, let's look at SHIBA, just because I want. This is a meme coin, but it has a lot of volume. Look at it, $300 million in volume just today, and that's 38% down. We've had even more volume movement in a day, like $1 billion worth of SHIBA that's been bought and sold. $1 billion worth of that has been bought, sold, traded within one day, 24 hours of volume. And when you're looking at these coins, $1 million of volume is not a lot at all. So let's say you see the price go up 20-30%, you can be, wow, a lot of people are investing in it and it could be a good time to come in. But what in fact is happening is only a small amount of money is being put in. So that small amount of money, especially when you have a market cap that's only $13 million. $1 million can move the market very high. It can move it in either direction, either very highly up to the upside, or it can make it dump as well. So when you're having low volume like this on just in 24 hours, it's very bad, because someone can come in and invest in it thinking that there's a lot of people investing in it because the price is going up, and they can ultimately get wrecked, because then either the market makers or the people that are holding it, they can make the price go in either direction very, very easily. If you think about, just think about Bitcoin. Like if we're looking back at Bitcoin, its volume today is $19 billion. And even with $19 billion of money coming in and out, buying and selling and trading Bitcoin, market makers can still move this very, very easily. If you see a Bitcoin whale come in and they buy and sell billions of dollars within an instant, that can make the price fluctuate for cents very easily. Now, if you think that's very easy to move with billions of dollars of volume coming in, imagine when you only need $1 million to move the market. And not necessarily it has to be a whale, but just maybe a developer or some, of course, with these lower market cap coins like the baby ones, like baby XRP. If we look here, let's just look at the wallets. Okay, yeah, it's on PancakeSwap. We're not really seeing, it doesn't show the holders right now, but I can definitely guarantee you, especially with a huge market supply of this amount. I don't know, wait, let me just move it over here. But look at the max supply. It's a ridiculous amount. That's what I think about BBXRP. Yes, Crow is going to the moon. I absolutely believe that, especially in the towards the end of the year. I mean, I think crypto.com is moving slower than a lot of the other exchange tokens like Binance Coin, KuCoin, FTX, all the other exchange. But it will have its time, and it definitely is making a name for itself. It is investing in so much. It's just investing so much on its own brand, and has so much confidence in itself, and that's the reason why I am holding long term. But yeah, going back to the baby Doge stuff, I just don't see this being a sound investment. Yet again, not financial advice. You can do whatever you want, do your own research, and potentially these meme coins could be very good for just a quick in and out, But I just am afraid that a lot of these new investors are coming in here and they're holding, and that can be very detrimental, especially if you're putting a large amounts here in the hopes of making a lot of money. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of these new coins come up. Let's even look at the categories here, right? We can take a look at meme coins. Where are meme coins? If you don't know what I'm looking at right now, it's crypto. It's coin market cap. You can take a look at all the new tokens that come up here, all the metrics for it, what's trading right now, what is the highest movers, right? Highest gainers, highest losers. Bro, SHIB may be drained literally. Yeah, we'll take a look at SHIB right now. All right, we'll take a look at SHIB. SHIB right now is not looking too good. If you already saw my video I posted earlier today, I'm saying that we are going for a another move to the downside. And I'm going to be keeping a close eye on that. If you're part of the SHIBA army, let me know in the comments down below. But if you're just joining right now, remember to make sure to hit that like button. I really appreciate it. Helps the stream go out to more people. It's going to be a short stream. I'm going to be getting off here in like the next 15 minutes. But I just want to do a little stream here just for anyone that wants to know how their altcoins are doing. But yet again, remember, Bitcoin is in a downtrend right now. So we are going to see some weakness in the altcoins for sure. Where are the ranking ones, right? Where are they? Spotlight. Okay, so in trending, we got the FEG token, #1 in trending. Hex, crypto.com coin. There you go. That's a good thing. We're seeing it trending. That's awesome. That's actually really dope. All right, SHIBA all the way down here. Wow, that's crazy. It used to be in the top trending for a while, and now looks like it's losing some steam. So not a good sign, but yet again, not the worst sign. We are seeing a SHIBA swap come out. FEG token. Wow, that's pretty crazy that we're seeing it here at the top. Hex here is doing good. But yeah, if you want to take a look at this, you click on Spotlight and you can see all the biggest gainers, right? 1,000% today. Data Finance, 879% today. See, this is why I'm saying I think the devs stayed on, so when it fully drained, no one to blame. Yeah, so you know what, that can go either way. I see what you're saying with the developers are anonymous, right? But at the same time, there's been so many crypto projects that stayed anonymous, and it ended up not being a rug pull. You know, there are some pros to being anonymous, not in the sense of hacking or taking somebody's money or rug pulling or making a scam token. So that's why I always see, even though the developers are anonymous, that is not the only that can't be the only thing that you should look at if you're debating whether a token or a coin is a scam or not. Because if you look on the flip side, you do see that there are developers that put their name out there, they put their whole team, they're completely transparent in who they are, and they still end up scamming the people out of their money because of their scam projects. So that's why I'm saying always take it with a pinch of salt. Anonymous team is something to look at. Don't get me wrong, it could be considered a red flag, but at the same time, there are teams and developers that have stayed completely transparent on who they are and like posted on Twitter. You know, they're interacting with their team, developers, with the community, and they still end up rug pulling and scamming their investors. So that's what I'm saying. Even people that stay anonymous, that don't stay anonymous, it's all the same. You have to look at a lot of other things, but I do understand what you're saying. When I do see an anonymous team, that also kind of gives me a little bit of red flag, but I do have to look at the bigger picture as well. Because I also just seen that people that haven't stayed anonymous, they still end up rug pulling. So it's honestly the Wild West right now with these coins. And as you can see, look at this. All these tokens and coins, and crazy amount of gains, crazy amount of gains. And it's just because their market cap is small, and then it takes a little bit amount of money to move the market. Like I said before, that's why I'm saying all these baby coins, they may be moving in a big price, moving in a big way, but that does not mean that they are sound investments, and that does not mean that a lot of people are investing at the same time. Just because something moves up 400% doesn't mean that a lot more people are investing that they would before. You know, it could just be one person or two people or three people that are trying to manipulate the price to make it move up to get other people to see these big gainers here and jump in. That's why whenever I look at these lists, these are kind of tokens to stay away from. It's kind of the opposite, right? Most people would kind of look at these big gainers and be like, okay, these are good things to invest in. They're already up 200, 300%. But the people already invested before the big move, they're saying, wow, I made 200, 300, 1,000%. It's time for me to get out, right? VeThor is cool. You know, I'm invested personally in VeChain, and I know VeThor is the token that goes along with the network for VeChain. And both of them, I do think that in the near future, they are going to be growing very, very exponentially. There's always just a bunch of news going around VeChain and their NFT project. And they are looking really good, and that's why I'm personally holding VeChain as one of my long-term investments, along with Crypto.com, VeChain, Binance, what else? Chiliz. These are all plays that I'm holding long-term, and I'm only going to be selling towards the end of the bull market because I'm always going to be taking profits, you know. But I do like VeThor. I do like VeChain. They are great projects. They are really good projects, and they're always expanding too. Their protocol, their network, their blockchain is always expanding, and that's why I admire. I want a team when I'm investing. I'm looking for developers and teams that are hungry. They want to invest. They want to keep expanding their projects and their utility, because utility is a big thing that I feel like a lot of people just forget about cryptocurrency. People just look at cryptocurrency as a way to make a lot of money, or they don't really understand, but the purpose behind cryptocurrency, but the whole purpose behind it is utility. Is they want to make these tokens and coin have a purpose, right? That's the whole point of technology, is creating an easier environment for the world to live in. And that's why VeChain, VeThor, all these cryptocurrencies that I invest in have huge utility that can be expanding across all different areas of the ecosystem, and how especially like with NFTs, right? VeChain goes into NFTs and stuff. So that's what I'm invested in personally. But yeah, let's take a look at SHIBA real quick. Where's my thing? Okay, so crypto.com. Take a look at SHIB. Wow, SHIB is dropping. SHIB is dropping. Wow, I just made a big move. I bet Bitcoin is making a big move right now as well. The whole market is pretty red, which is no surprise. We're seeing the DXY still pumping. Actually, no, we're seeing Bitcoin kind of. Let's see, look at the 5-minute. Yeah, so this is not good. This is an M pattern right here. We're just seeing a lot of M's. Yeah, I mean, I can't really deduce any sort of shape right now. We're just in a downtrend. If we take a look at the moving averages as well, we are just being hammered by these moving averages. Wow. Okay, that's not good. Yep. So we are just getting in a continual downtrend, being rejected, going down. I see Bitcoin coming back down here to this blue box ultimately, or at least bouncing off to this lower trend line at around 31,300. What we can potentially see is, let me just zoom out a little bit more, just so it's easier to see, easier for you guys to follow. But we've been in this descending channel. I've cut it in half. So we have the upper part of the descending channel, the lower part of the descending channel. And what I do see is if we stay above this yellow line right here, if we stay above on this upper half, because look how many days we've been trading in this upper half. Way more than this bottom half. We see here, look, only a couple times that we wick below the bottom half of this channel, meaning that if we get another strong bounce, preferably right here, we can see another move to the upside and potentially move on higher. That's what I'm thinking about. That's going to happen within this whole week, because we do have options, next options expiring. But if you've heard about GBTC, Grayscale Bitcoin, it's a trust, meaning that if you don't want to be involved or invested in cryptocurrency directly, meaning you own the cryptocurrency and you just want to be invested in a stock or a trust that handles that for you, right? So you want to be invested in the idea of crypto, but you don't want to actually hold Bitcoin or any other crypto personally. You can invest in a trust like Grayscale. And a lot of investors that came in 6 months ago, they are able to actually sell or trade their positions this Friday. So that's why we are seeing weakness in the market. I've seen that narrative play out in the market this week. So we are seeing weakness, and that's why I personally have opened up shorts. And I'm currently in profit on one of those shorts. So I'm not a bear, but I am seeing the market come go down this week, and that's the reason why. So I do see it bouncing off here, and hopefully staying above this blue box. Maybe we can have one more retouch before we enter up into a higher area here. But if we start trading below this, not a good sign. We could come back down here to 25K, to 28K. It's all up in the air right now if we hold this area. Looks like we're hitting 20K by tomorrow. I don't think it would be, I mean, we are expecting a very volatile move here in the near future. Guys, if you're just joining in now, I'm taking requests, so put them in the comments down below. And also hit that like button. I really appreciate if you hit that like button and like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing live streams every day covering SHIBA. If you're interested in that, make sure to do that. But like I said, we've been in trading in this upper area for such a long time that if we do dip down here below, we have just one more shot here of getting that bounce. But like I said, if you just take a look at the macro way, look at that. We've just been coming up and down. That's what I'm saying. We are either coming down to this area or this lower area. So my price target would be either between 31K to 28K. But ultimately, if we do bounce off here, I'm going to be putting a massive long here and just riding the wave back up here to at least this resistance area of around 40K. Right, and that's a great move right here. What move would that be? That's a 40% move to the upside. And if you're working with leverage, 7x, 5x, that's a 200% move. Easy. But remember, you just have to always keep your eye on the market. If you have any questions too about technical analysis or how I do my trades, you can also put them in the comments down below. Looks like it's going down to retest that lower green box. Yes, that's what I am thinking as well. That's what I am definitely thinking, because we don't really have that much support here. As you can see, a lot of these candles had just these wicks especially. And I'm on the daily time frame, so the wicks are going to be longer. But if I go on the 4-hourly, let's say, right, you see that the candles don't spend too much time in this area. Like if we spend some time in this area, we are going lower, right? We started here, ended up coming back down here. Started here, ended up going lower, right? Same here. We ended up going lower. So there has been a lot of movement within here, but it doesn't stay there. It doesn't stay there that long. Oops, what the heck happened? Sorry about that. But yeah, That's why I do think that we're going to be retesting this area. And if we do end up hitting here, I see a lot of strong support here. But yet again, we've touched this so many times. Look at how many times we touched this blue box. It's not looking great. So I think this is going to be a bearish week, but I do think the next week is going to be a new light at the end of the tunnel because, like I said, Friday, once we finish that weekend price action of volatility, then we're going to see a new week start, and we're going to see hopefully Bitcoin come up if we stay in this upper region between this line and this line. But if not, the lower price movement could be the bounce that we need to make that spring price action volatility move up even higher. So we just have to take it day by day. Definitely just day by day. Considering 4 to 5% down until the next week. Yeah. Daily. Okay, daily until the end of the week. Yeah, I do see around maybe 2 to 3% daily. I mean, 5% moves. Let's see. Yeah, I'm seeing 2 to 3, honestly. But once we get that volatile move, it's gonna be way more than 2 or 3 or 5%. It's gonna be probably like 7 to 8 to 9%. Like we saw over here. When we got this fake out, right, we're breaking out of this channel, came back down, boom, came back down to retest the slower area of the trend line. But yeah, 20K, honestly, I think it's kind of a stretch because we do have some more support. Honestly, not a lot of support. I do understand a lot of people with the sentiment of that 20K price target, but at the same time, yeah, we just, at the same time, I just see coming either 28K or 24, 25K, and that's going to be a wick at the most. It's not going to stay there for a long period of time. But yeah, let me actually draw another. So yeah, if you have any other requests here, I'm going to be hopping off in just a little bit. So any other altcoins you want me to take a look at before I go, drop them in the comments down below. But right now we're having a little bit of a relief rally, right? We're just moving up a little bit, but at the same time, it has been looking very weak, very weak. And if we look on a lower time frame, you can see that happen. You can just see how right here, this level has been held so many times. Right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. So it's only a matter of time before we break down. And I just love how perfectly, guys, if you haven't learned how to draw patterns yet, I would strongly advise you to do so because most of the time it has worked out perfectly. And as you can just see, like, if we take away all these other drawings, it's just non-stop bearish patterns that are being printed here. We have our first bearish pattern here, this ascending wedge, this rising wedge. As you can see, we had a little bit of a fake out right here, movement upwards, movement, breakdown, and then we had another rising wedge breakdown, and it hit our price target perfectly. The price target is always going to be the bottom of the wedge, so it hit it perfectly here so far. And we have another rising wedge right here too, right? Rising wedge, boom, 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 breakdown, hit the price target perfectly here as well. We still haven't hit this price target though, of the biggest one. That's why I'm still seeing that we are going to be coming down lower here, at least to the blue box area, at least trading here a little bit, and then maybe coming up to retest this higher area at around 34K again, or if not, come down here and retesting this area here as well, because the price target for this rising wedge is here at 28,000. So that's what it's looking like. Believe me, if the bigger players want to buy Bitcoin, then they make price go all the way down to 20K. No, yeah, I do believe that the price, the market makers can make the price go down, but they can't make it go down for too long. That's why I said only the people that have that institutional money can get prices that low and buy them at that low. Because if we see prices go down to 20K, then we're going to see a lot of exchanges go down. A lot of people are not going to be able to make their bets in, place their bids, and they're just going to get locked out unless they already have a huge bid already down there. A lot of people are going to try to get in at that great price and not be able to make it. And the only people that are going to be able to get those prices are the whales, are the institutional holders, the market makers. They're going to be able to get that price, and you're going to see the price go right back up. So even if it does go down to 20Ks, it's not going to stay there forever. That's the point I was trying to make. So Solana's a good play. It's a solid play. Let's take a look at what it's actually doing right now. Right here, sold. Oof. Okay. Wow. So let me just remove all the markings I was making. I thought I had a chart here that was more drawn on, but okay, yeah. So I'm seeing Solana come down here to this Fibonacci golden pocket here at around $27, and that's also where we saw a strong resistance right here as well. So I'm seeing the price come back down here to these lower levels, and then eventually making its way back up. And if I were to put, let's see, we had a head and shoulders right here. We had an M pattern right here that got rejected. So yeah, I'm just seeing we had a nice rally, but I'm just seeing this exponential curve come down here to this area. Yeah, it's not looking good for Solana right now, but I've also seen worse. Let's look at a higher time frame. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so if I take the swing look to the swing high here, from this high here at around $58 all the way down here to $19. We did see that we came above. Let me just erase this other stuff. Do that one more time. Okay, so came through the golden pocket, got it as a retest here, came back up, had this big old M pattern, broke through it, and now it's really struggling to hold and maintain this golden pocket ratio. So that's going to show us that we are still going to come down here to this downtrend and retest this low here and potentially make a W pattern and move on higher. But right now we are making slightly higher lows, so that's not that's still a good thing. And as you can see here, we also have this descending resistance here as well. So if we do come back up here, I see that as a lot of resistance coming up here. This is going to be a huge testing point at $33. I can already see that's going to be happening. But at the same time, we are still making higher lows, and if we bounce off of here, this golden pocket, we are making continually higher lows. So and I also could potentially see a triangle here happening here as well, a symmetrical triangle. So that could also mean a huge breakout, especially because it's coming up from an area of moving price range to the upside. So this has a higher potential to break to the upside as well. So kind of moving averages, and yeah, we're below all the yellow and the orange moving average. And do you see how it's perfectly also lining up with my golden pocket here? So the golden pocket's acting as resistance. The yellow 21-day, the 50-day moving average also acting as the dynamic resistance here at the same area. So this is huge. This is really struggling to keep this price of $32 to $34. It's been a really big obstacle for Solana at the point, because it was here as resistance and here as support. So very critical level. I do see it coming down to $27 before coming back up and retesting that $32 to $34 price range. But all hope is not lost yet. This is a daily time chart. If we look at the 4-hour, let's see if we have, yeah, we're below all the moving averages as well. So we're still in a downtrend, like Bitcoin also. But I do still think that Solana is a good play just in the long term. And if you're dollar cost averaging, that could also be a great thing too. All right, everybody, I am heading out. Thank you so much for sticking around. And yeah, I'm going to be coming on another live stream tomorrow, and also going to be doing another video. So if you want to, if you're interested in that, remember to like and subscribe and be on the lookout. Also turn on bell notifications so you know exactly when I'm live streaming or when a new video comes out.